Hi, I'm Layla and I'm the head girl at DBS this academic year.
My name is Finley and I'm the head boy at DBS this academic year.
And welcome to
The DBS Dialogue.
In our podcast this week, we're joined by Mrs. Henderson and we're going to be discussing Remembrance Day. So just briefly, Remembrance Day is a memorial day to mark and remember the Armed Forces members who have died in the line of duty.
So, Miss Henderson, what does Remembrance Day mean to you?
I suppose for me, Remembrance Day is a day to reflect. We obviously have a 2-minute silence. Within that time, it is a period for us all to reflect on those who have made sacrifices before us, but also for those who are currently actively fighting or engaged in overseas service. I suppose as well for me, it's a reminder that we are really fortunate that we are currently surrounded in our own sort of bubble in peace, and a reminder that that's actually really important to me, and thinking about how I would like my child to grow up in the future to be surrounded by peace, and those who have fought and are fighting currently are those who are able to make that peace happen for us.
Yeah. So is there any specific way that you mark Remembrance Day yourself?
I think because I am a history teacher, I feel it very important, or as my responsibility, to support other people and how they can mark Remembrance Day. Especially, Remembrance Day traditionally was or is a British event, and being in a British school overseas, a lot of students maybe don't have the understanding of what Remembrance Day is. So I do feel it's my responsibility alongside Mr. White, Mr. Dwyer, to sort of remind students about what the importance of Remembrance Day is and how we can mark that in school. So this week, our lovely head girl has organised a wonderful assembly that's been supported by students in Year 9. In Year 9, our current topic is World War I, and a lot of them have been researching their ancestors who were involved in either World War I and World War II. And from this, we were able to see it wasn't just those who had British ancestors that were involved in the war. I had one student who's from New Zealand said, "Oh, well, I'm never going to find a family member who was in World War I." And away they went home and had that conversation with their parents, and they've now found, I think, a great uncle or somebody, but now they're continuing a soldier project on that person. So I think it's really important that we're able to provide young people with those experiences themselves. When I was young, still am young, when I was younger, it was always marked in school with a minute's silence, and I was in the brownies and the guides, and it was probably one of our biggest days, not a celebration, that we marked. And as a brownie and guide, you had to go in your best uniform to the local church, and you took part in the Remembrance Day services. And these were always led by my friend's dad, who we thought was terribly scary, as he was a veteran himself, and he would have all his medals. He would share some of his experiences, and then we would go march down together to the local cenotaph, where we would lay poppies as a sign of respect together.
Thank you.
So this Friday, we ask you all to join us on Remembrance Day by observing 2-minute silence at 11 a.m. at the sound of the last post.
Lest we forget.